Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to my review of The Substance, which is written and directed by Coralie Fargeat. It stars Demi Moore. It also stars Margaret Qualley, as well as Dennis Quaid. These are our core characters. There are some other individuals in this, but those are our core characters. What this film is about is an aging movie star, Hollywood actor, who begins to really feel her age and, wants to get back into the limelight. Wants stardom again, wants people to love her again, and believes that, love and sort of adoration is because you're young and beautiful. And so turns to an illicit drug called the Substance, which is a cell-dividing drug substance, which basically creates a younger, better, more beautiful version of you. And that is the story. That is our core premise. Now, obviously, this movie is all about beauty standards. That's the point of this film. It's all about beauty standards, be it in Hollywood, in society, things like that. But it's also about the lengths at which we go to seek adoration and be desired, and our sense of purpose and self-worth, which is all kind of tied into beauty standards, I'm sure, in some way, shape or form. This film is far, far raunchier than I suspected it would be. You look at the trailer and you go, oh, there's a little bit of stuff in there. No. There's some scenes in this which are essentially borderline softcore pornos, which Margaret Qualley's Sue, which is the younger, hotter, different, better version of Demi Moore's character. What she goes through in this is, there's like butts and vagines all over the place, boobies everywhere. It was substantially more than I thought it was going to be. But it's really hitting that home, the sort of sexual objectification of actors and how they do these things to seek adoration and love from their audience, I guess. So the core story is about this character, Elizabeth Sparkle, played by Demi Moore. It's her birthday. She's feeling the age anyway. And she gets ditched by Dennis Quaid's character, who is called Harvey, which I'm suspecting is probably a bit of a play on Harvey Weinstein. I'd be surprised if it's not. Let's put it that way. It's too on the nose, I think. But it wasn't on the nose in the film. It is on the nose in the film. How he acts. He's a typical raging misogynist, disgusting, disgraceful, all this horrible, awful stuff. Smile, pretty girl, smile, all this kind of stuff. But it's played up for a reason, right? It's not... The whole film is this weird hyper-reality. It's really it's a beautiful thing to behold, the overall film. But anyway, I digress. Demi Moore's Elizabeth Sparkle, pretty upset and stuff like this about everything that's going on in her life. Basically has a bit of a meltdown while she's driving home, gets hit by another car. And then she's in the hospital and someone, I don't know, they do something with her spine. Not overly sure what they were doing with her spine. It was a doctor, someone who has taken the substance. And I believe they might have been looking for, remnants of maybe a conjoined twin. I don't really know, to be fair. That's all I could kind of think. Maybe that's what it was. But what happens there is this guy recommends the substance. Puts something in Elizabeth Sparkle's coat. And she leaves. She gets ditched off by, the network. And yes, does indeed turn to the substance. And there's a lot of body horror in this movie. I said that there was a lot of raunch and sort of sexiness and TNA and all of this other stuff, but there's a lot of body horror. There is, quite a substantial amount, more so than I thought there would be, actually. So, obviously things go astray from there. You don't really need a sort of a mystic ball to know that from here, obviously being this weird body horror stab at beauty standards, it wasn't going to go great. So Demi Moore's Elizabeth Sparkle takes the substance, and every 7 days you have to switch back. But if you don't respect the fact that you are one person and switch back, stuff can start to happen. You can build resentment for one another because this is the younger, better, hotter version of you. And that all happens. Obviously, it was going to happen, clearly. And things start to go astray. And Demi Moore's performance in this is astoundingly good. Like, really, really, really good. It's an unusual film for her to sign up to, I thought. But I can see why she did. There's a lot in this. There's a lot in this. Margaret Qualley's Sue is great as well, actually. Really, really good. Sort of hams it up quite a lot. Like, a lot. But in the best possible way, actually. And it leads to, you know, the sort of ultimate end, basically. You know, what... Well, I'm not going to spoil too much, but yeah, it doesn't end massively well. And so the ending of this film has leaked online, so you can go and look at it if you want. But I will say this about the overall film. Like, I liked the film a lot. The cinematography is very, very well done. The sound design is really, really well done. Like, there's this running sort of synth noise that comes through, almost like a synth horn type deal, comes through and really accentuates certain moments in the film and peak feelings, and yeah, it's pretty brutal. But what I didn't like was the pacing. So this film builds really, really well, and it's paced really, really well up until a point, and that point is where you think it's about to end, and everyone who's watched it will know exactly what I'm referring to. But then it goes on, and then it goes on again, and then again, and so it should have ended probably about 20 minutes past what it did, or previous to what it did. And I understand where they were going with the elongated ending. We sort of actually end where we started, which is obviously highly symbolic. There's a lot of symbolism there, especially with regards to Elizabeth Sparkle's character. You know, essentially ending. The character ends with the thing which caused her end. Basically caused this whole situation. Stardom. Adoration, stardom. Getting lost in the adoration and stardom. But overall, like, I really enjoyed this, actually. This is something very, very different, and it was enjoyable for many, many reasons. Yeah, it's very stylish and very slick, and I would recommend anyone to watch it, to be honest. It's a very, very decent film, but make no mistake, like, it does drag on past what it should do. So some people may think that that's good, and, you know, it continued and it earned its continuation past that. Very clear what should have been the end. And some people may disagree with me entirely and say, no, that definitely wasn't the end, etc., etc. But I had a good time with this. Demi Moore put in a powerful performance. Really, really good to see her in this. And actually, Margaret Qualley put in a great performance as well. I don't remember her in anything, but she's great in this. And definitely someone to watch out for, I would say. So if you've seen it, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down below. If you haven't seen it, I'd recommend you go watch it. Thanks so much for watching this review. Cheers, take care. Bye-bye now.